live chatters. Whoa, whoa. It's Douglas George Bloch. And today's date is September 18th, 19th, 2021. Fresh Orbit, hello. Tejas Monikar, hello. Jennifer H, hello. Ah, yes. Well, creative self-therapy, I like that name. All therapy is self-therapy. Hey, Joan. Oh, there's Bruce. Right. Okay, so yeah, we'll get him up there in a minute. So how you all doing, as we say in Texas, although never been to Texas. Yes, I have. Welcome to the Depression Recovery live chat with Pastor Doug. This is your Depression Recovery radio hour every Sunday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific Coast time here in the United States of America. Laurie Buckman, nice to hear from you. Thank you for that card you sent me. Patrick Coleman, hey, how's everything going? Hey, did you look for a car yesterday, Patrick? How am I healing? Yes, my hip is really making some good strides. I was cleared on Friday to go on my exercise bicycle, my stationary bike, and it felt really good. And after I worked out for a half hour, a lot of the pain went away. So I think I'm finally turning a corner. What is it? 4 weeks and 6 days after the surgery. Hey, better late than never. Well, as many of you know, or some of you might know, last Friday, September 10th, my dear cat, Bruce Bloch, made his transition. Very unexpected, but cats hide their illness very well. He had cancer, heart disease, kidney failure, and he was starting to have epileptic seizures because the cancer had got to his brain. And so we went to the hospital, and the emergency room doctor, a wonderful man named Dr. Joshua Cruz, said that Bruce communicated to him on the interplane saying he was ready to let go. So the next day we had him, quote unquote, put to sleep with Joan holding him. I have that posted on my Facebook page and my Instagram account. It's very touching. And see, nice to see you. So for those of you who have never seen Bruce, yeah. Here he is right here. Bruce, the one and only Bruce Bloch, one of the great Persian cats of all time. Look at that, sweetheart. Wise beyond his years. Anyway, we have an altar to Bruce. We're going to get his ashes on Wednesday, and we're going to do a wonderful ceremony in the backyard, a memorial service for Bruce. And if you want to come, just take the nearest plane to Portland, no problem. How long until you're off pain medication? I went off pain medication last night, although I am taking a Tylenol every now and then. Isn't he adorable? Yeah, so anyway, yes, so I still have a little bit of pain from the fall I had on August 28th when I fell on my operated hip. Fortunately, did not mess it up, and I developed a strained iliopsoas tendon. It's still there, but it is getting better, and yeah, I'm finally feeling like maybe I can get to the other side of this. I wanted to go hiking with my best friend up Angel's Rest. I wanted to do some more, what's called weight-bearing exercise instead of just doing cycling. Anyway, this is your time to ask your questions about mental health recovery, therapy. We do not give advice, or we do not give diagnose mental health disorders, or basically recommend prescriptions. But you can ask general questions, and most importantly, you can help each other. This is a live chat community that's been going on since the summer of 2017. That makes it over 4 years old. Hey, Richier, nice to see you. Well, I'm going to take some of my hot chocolate because I still have, the incision in my hip over here. I'd show it to you how wonderfully it's healing, but it might be, YouTube might basically, what's the word, demonetize this. But yeah, I'm going to stand up every now and then because it's really hard to sit when you're sitting right close to the incision. Phil Van Wallahan, Wallakem, nice to see you. Hey, sorry to hear Bruce's passed. Greetings from Belgium. That makes everybody. Hey, hello, Edward Steiner. We're ready for a wonderfully fantastic joke from you. And what did the pirate say on his 80th birthday? Aye, mighty. That was bad. Thank you. Do you ever have issues with feelings of futility? I often have a why bother mentality. Well, that's the depressive mentality. Yeah, when I'm right now, have gone through 5.5 weeks with this pain, I feel futile in the sense it's never going to get any better, but I never say why bother because I'm always trying to do something to help myself. So, but yes, why bother? Very common thing that people say when they're depressed. Absolutely. There was a very good joke on it. I need to, I, you know, I gotta be more prepared. Here's my jokes and video scripts right here. And one of you guys said a really good joke, and let's find the live chat jokes. Of course, you know who invented the round table, right? It wasn't Sir Galahad, Sir Gawain, or Sir Lancelot. It was Circumference. That's who invented the round table. Peaceful secularist love. I feel helpless. Well, about what? About getting better? About changing world history? Yeah, helplessness and hopelessness are part of depression. So maybe you could be a little bit, no one understands the black hole of depression. I do. I've written a book about it, right? What is the book I've written about the black hole of depression? Well, if I can find the darn thing, I could find you. Anyway, it's called When Going Through Hell Don't Stop. Here it is on audible.com right here. A beautiful man named Tobias narrated it. Yeah. All these videos for the past 12 years have been about the black hole of depression, which I'd say 80% of the people on this channel know about. Yeah, what is going on? I'm going to call you PSL for short. LS16, hi Diego. Hope all is well with your hip is healing. We love to Joan you. Too, yes, you heard. I hope that Bruce has passed away, my cat. How do you mend a broken jack-o'-lantern? How do you mend a broken jack-o'-lantern? With a pumpkin patch. Hey, Larry Neary, nice to see you. You'll find a lot of people here who have been in the black hole, including me. Yeah, you better believe that. What do you get when you have a barn full of cows who leak their milk? Utter chaos. These are good. Why did the snake lose his case in court? He didn't have a leg to stand on. All right, let's hear from some of you guys. I want some jokes from you, and also, of course, Edward Steiner. I get days which are just black and grim. Yeah, well, PSL, that's the way of depression. It's horrible. I mean, it's the number one disabling disease in the world. Thank you, Peter, for your $6.99 donation. Our donations and viewership have been really off the last couple of months. I don't know if it's summer, but I appreciate your doing your love offering, because that's how we run this channel, and for the filming and the editing. But thank you very much. Do you have a question, Peter, since you went to the top of the class with your donation? Anyway, PSL, black, grim, hopeless, helpless, why bother, pain, I can't stand it anymore. These are words associated with depression. Loss of appetite, loss of sexual interest, loss of interest in things you used to love, withdrawing from people, all of that, sleep disruptions. Oh yeah, that's one of the big ones. Condolences on your loss of Bruce. Thank you very much. We are going to come together with some sort of a ritual. But we got a beautiful letter from the clinic we used to take him to, and New Seasons, which is a health food market that Joan goes to. Every one of the cashiers signed a beautiful condolence card for Joan. So Bruce is definitely making waves, and he is a really, as one of my friends said, a being of light. How to deal with anhedonia? Well, that's the same question of how to deal with depression, right? Try to find something, even a little thing that gives you pleasure if you can. Peter Kazakov, just wanted to say, enjoy watching videos and chats, helps me feel support. Absolutely, that's what they're meant to do. I just woke up at 2 or 3 a.m. for no reason. Is that where it is? What city are you in? Probably somewhere, I don't know, India or someplace? What is that? What time are we here? Noon? That's 14 hours out? Yeah, other side of the world. Anyway, well, people with depression and anxiety often wake up at 2, 3 a.m., like myself. That's usually a disruption of the sleep rhythm cycles, down rhythm cycles, because of the depressive changes in the brain. London, oh, you wake up at 2 a.m. I thought it was 2 a.m. right now. Yeah, London is a cool place, by the way. Yeah, you got a lot of other Brits on this channel, so you're not the only one. Yeah, so waking up early in the morning is a common symptom of depression. Hey, you're Curry Chan. You're listening to my live stream while folding the laundry. That's good. That's good. What do you call it? Multitasking? Will this end? Aha, that's the $64,000 question, PSL. Will this ever end? And the answer is yes. But your brain is telling you no, 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 no. That's why don't believe what your brain is telling you, because it's telling you a lie. It will end, even though you don't think it will. I have you have cousins in London. Cool. I've been off medical marijuana for 2 weeks and stopped the panic attacks. I'm doing much better and no depression. Well, very, very good. Anyway, so peaceful secularist love. I have a video. We only have 27 people here. Wow. Come on, let's hit the like button, guys. Anyway, the video is called Your Pain Is Not Forever. And if you watch that video, you will see why everything that begins has an ending. Every start has a finish. We're in the world of finite world, the world of form. And so, especially emotional states are not forever. Yeah, peaceful PSL. I go to my, watch some of the videos, and also go to my website, healingfromdepression.com. Lots and lots of tools and resources for you. This has been my life's work since the year 2000. Anyway, so here's a website I have, which also has very good info about recovery, depression recovery, and there it is right there. Feel free to click on that link. TMAC0192, I love you. Insomnia is tough right now? Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. 100 million Americans have sleep disorders. Let me tell you. Hey, Alex Jones, I hope you're feeling better. Anyway, 41 people on now. We got a big jump. Hit that like button. Hey, Jilvan Jacob, I'm doing okay. Feeling better after the hip surgery. Still grieving my cat, Bruce. Again, for those of you who have not seen Bruce, this is called a Himalayan cat with that flat nose and face. He really is one of a kind, only a face a mother can love. We had him for 7 years. He was 13 years old when he passed, and as one of my good friends called him, a being of light. Are you a morning person? Definitely a night person. Never have been a morning person. Absolutely no, absolutely not. So Bruce, why do I only show 22, huh? Well, keep me posted, because my computer must be stuck. Bruce was... Okay, Bruce was a being of light. Absolutely. Your cat Simon is 19 years old. Wow, Mary. That's a long time for a cat to live. Maybe he's an indoor cat. Peter Kazakov, recently I've been exploring mindfulness. I'm already feeling a shift, a little anxious that it won't last. But that's just anxiety, letting that be and focusing on the breath. Yes, sir, Bob. That's what mindfulness does. You focus on the breath. The thoughts, they come and go like leaves going down a stream or clouds overhead. Yes, Leah Benetti, nice to hear from you. My favorite name. Yeah. Cats, dogs, pets are like children. I've done a number of videos. I even have a video called Your Pets Can Keep You Here. When people get suicidal or desperate, sometimes the only thing that keeps people tethered to earth is their animals, is their pets. There's one woman who came to my support group who brought a pet parrot. Can you believe it? A parrot was her tether to life. Yo, Kiro-chan, my anxiety is the worst in the morning. Of course, I never have an appetite in the morning and have to force myself to eat something for breakfast. Yes, sir, ma'am. And then oftentimes it goes away as the day goes on. How can we deal with winter depression? Well, there's something called a light box, which you can get. Basically emits a certain wavelength of light that is known to reset the circadian rhythms in the brain that are all over the place. Just go to Amazon.com or just put light boxes. We learned that here in Portland, Oregon, the major center of winter depression research in the world, because we're so cloudy. And a guy named Alfred Lowry, Lowry, made with his associates the discovery that light can reset the brain. Of course, think of people in the southern climates on the equator, very Italians, like, Latins, usually pretty upbeat. But look at the people all the way up north, like Sweden and Norway and Denmark. Yeah, a lot more depression in the winter, alcoholism. Yeah, we need sunlight. We need sunlight. Jill and Jacob, I struggled. I wonder if gluten made a world of change. Well, yeah, a lot of people have issues with gluten. Huh. You had the opportunity to get professional help after becoming suicidal. Good for you. Professional help. We cannot get out of these states alone. We need help, and professional help is, I always recommend. Well, Alex, get yourself a light box, and there's a book on, well, insomnia, but same thing applies to SAD. Try to get regular rhythms. Go to bed the same time every night and wake up the same time every morning. Yeah, I use an SAD lamp every day. I think it helps. It's proven to help. John Gaffillian, wow, we haven't heard from you from UK in a long time. Nice to hear from you. Yeah, 10,000 lumens. Thank you. Thank you, Shirley K. That's the key right there. Tested you for celiac disease? Let me know how it goes. Are you able to drink caffeine? Not only am I able to, I've been drinking it ever since I've been about 14 years old. All right. My depression is worse first thing in the morning, John M. says. Doug, do you know of any non-drug treatment for that? Yeah, get up, find some place to go something to, have a structured routine in the morning, get out of bed. I used to go have breakfast and go swimming in my swimming pool down the street. And then as the day goes on, the anxiety usually resolves. So the non-drug treatment is have appointments, stay busy, and don't stay in your bedroom. Adrienne, my cat Millie helped my daughter with her anxiety. Well, that's what they do. You live in the Northwest and the fall and winters are brutal, constant gloom? Well, you live where I live, Alex Jones. I live in Portland, Oregon. Where do you live? Love what you live what you love. Bob Marley, yes. A great, great sage and great musician. Well, now I show 47 people on here. I guess I was behind the times. Noetic, nice to hear from you. All right. Your channel has helped you a lot. Well, that's good. I'm really glad, Jilbin. You need sunlight, exercise, in nature. David VR, you're absolutely right. FDW, I'm doing okay. My baby just passed a 19-year-old. Everyone said he was old. He was actually in good shape other than he had heart failure, which went undetected because they are good at hiding illness. Isn't that true, Eddie? I can't believe it. Why do cats do that? Why don't they let us know when they're sick so we can get them help? I mean, Bruce was hiding cancer, heart disease, and kidney disease, and yet he fooled us because every night he wanted to go out. He insisted on it. He stayed out all night, came back, he was hungry, then he wanted out again. He was so active up until the last day. And even when he was in the hospital with seizures on this really, really heavy medication, he still ate. The guy had a strong spirit, what can I tell you? But the cats need to let us know when they're not feeling well. That's what I can tell you. Anyone here on St. John's Wort, says TMACO192. Stuff works. Took about 2 months. Well, that's good. Nitric oxide dumped by Dr. Zach Bush. Yeah, nitric oxide is something dentists used to use. I miss caffeine so much I can't drink coffee because of my heart. Well, what about decaf coffee? Kelly, of course you don't have the caffeine, do you? Hey, I heard from Anthony Olson. Some of you may remember him, a musician from Texas. Old-timer. He's doing so much better now. I wanted to let you guys know that what goes down must come up. People can heal and get better from mental health disorders. Silver Moon. Hey everyone, I hope you're okay. I'm struggling with low energy, social isolation, despite antidepressants, self-helping teeth. I got no motivation. Well, that shows the depression is still active. Talk to your doctor about trying different antidepressants, or maybe get some medical tests. Sometimes things like thyroid, low thyroid can be behind depression, so it's always good to rule out medical factors. I think my morning anxiety is why I despise breakfast so much. Yeah. I tried nitrous oxide dump exercise 3 times a day. I'll have to look it up. I have no idea what it means. Riche says to Nancy, I appreciate seeing you here every week and your thoughtful and compassionate posts. Well, of course, she's a Pisces, just like me. What can I tell you? Well, we're halfway through. We only had one donation. Wow. I'm not quite sure why, but if you hit the super chat button, you can donate for as low as 99 cents. I haven't exercised ERP for months. Third month, my intrusive thoughts. For my intrusive thoughts, my anxiety has been reduced, but I still get intrusive thoughts. What should I do? What is ERP? First of all, it stands for something, right? Silver Moon, I'm doing all right. I'm finally getting over this hip surgery. Doug had a stray cat that was keeping him company even before I knew he was sick, so they hide it from us, but not each other. I learned why. It's because in the wild they can't show their weakness. And what would happen if they showed their weakness, Leah? Would they be abandoned, or would someone attack them? Riche, you should have 2 donations. Well, perhaps. Oh, thank you, Riche. I missed your $6.99 donation. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support. Mine is called Maroki. Is that your cat? So anyway, thank you, Riche, and thank you, Peter Kazakov. Anyone here familiar with narcissistic CPTSD? Well, CPTSD is complex post-traumatic stress disorder, probably from being around a narcissistic parent or person. If that's the case, I haven't heard of it, but it seems like it would be tough to overcome. Hey, Joan, you want to say something to the live chatters?
Hello.
Joan says hello. Joan thanks everybody for their condolences. She was very attached to Bruce. She fed him at nights, let him out, let him in. He was part of her daily routine. CM, I posted the link for exercise. Consult with your doctor. Try 3 to 4 times a day. And where is that link, CM? Always looking for new ways. Nitrous oxide dump. All right. I'll look it up on the internet. And I don't see the link. Oh, Zach Bush. Okay. I'm going to write that down. I wonder why they call it a dump. That's what my mother said about this house. Nitrous oxide dump. Zach Bush. Okay, great. Thanks. What else? Want to let you know that my book, Words That Heal, has been serialized on this channel. Affirmations and Meditation for Daily Living. 52 meditations. We've already posted the first 11, and it's also available on audible.com. Just wanted to let you know. Affirmations were one of the first ways and tools I used to deal with my negative thinking that came from depression. So they're a very good tool if you know how to use them. All right. Ann C. is retracting her messages. I'm not quite sure why. Had a narcissistic dad? Yeah, well, I'm sorry about that. My mother was narcissistic, but it was minor, but she still was. Narc and victim playing BPD. Is that borderline personality disorder? Probably. Anyway, yeah, it's hard when your parents are not together. Really, it is. It is really hard. They get attacked by predators. I would understand better if a cat was an outside cat, but don't quite get it with domestic cats. But it's natural for them, huh? Well, wouldn't you say all animals would hide their weakness then, Leah Benetti? Because any weakness would be attacked by a predator. So maybe they do. Do dogs hide their illnesses? Who's a dog person here? Hey, Alex. Yeah, everyone's saying hello to Joan. She's really been struggling. How's your nephew doing, Doug? A few months he wasn't doing very well. Well, I have 2 nephews, Sam and Pat. They're both doing better. Pat was on here. He's a CNA and med tech person, and right now we're both looking for a car for him for the winter. A full all-wheel drive mini SUV. Timaka 192, Adele Korzak, thank you for the depression is better, but now dealing with insomnia. Erg. The cycle continues. Right. Time to stand up and take a break. I will be right back, or at least I'm just going to stand up and not go anywhere. But oh my God. You know what my best friend's mother, Stuart's mother, said when I was about in my 40s and she was 78? I said, "What's it like getting old?" She said, "Old age is not for sissies." That's what she said. Yep. Yes, sirree, Bob. Once again, Bruce Bloch passed away on September 10th of this year. That was actually the anniversary of my arrival in Portland, the day that changed my life. And this day also changed my life. Here's a beautiful note that someone sent to us. Look at this. Isn't that nice? Bruce was well loved, well known, and he is making a mark. He left behind a legacy is what he did. And I have a number of videos about him if you want to watch them. Yes, rest in peace, absolutely. You've been working on a memoir, which helps a lot. Okay, Leah. I will let her know that it gets better. You're fostering kittens? Wow, great. What does it mean to foster kittens? What was Bruce's favorite treat? Wellness cat food. He didn't have treats, he just kept eating. Dog person. Yep, animals live in the present. Unlike us humans, don't focus on worrying about the past, present, or troubles. Hey, Edward Steiner. Thank you for your $35 donation. Always a huge help. What do you call a sheep covered in chocolate? A candy bar. It's like somebody from Boston would say that. Very good. Very good. God, I had a similar joke to that, and I can't remember. I already mentioned about the cows leaking milk. Utter chaos. Anyway, thanks for the joke. Again, Edward Steiner says, I think he's a part of a club and people send jokes to each other, so he's always got a supply of them. Richie, feeling your pain, Douglas. Do you find that constantly moving helps? Yeah, well, you're supposed to move when you have a hip replacement surgery so you don't atrophy, but you move as much as you can, and that's what I've been doing. DT bids X20, and you're like in your early 20s or 18 or something, still trying to way to heal from my depressive episode. For me, medication is not the answer, and it's not for about 40% of the people. Yes, how is John Gaffilin doing? I think you had some major loss at some point. Anyway, welcome from the UK. Oh, you care for the kids until ready to be adopted? I did not know people fostered kids. What a sweet thing. Moving helps my chronic pain? Absolutely. I just got back on the stationary bike, and that really helps. Really, really cool thing to do. Well, it's a little... T-Mac 0192, appreciate what you do. Always rest in peace, the one and only Bruce. Absolutely. The one and only. A face only a mother could love, although my godson's wife came in one day and said, that's the ugliest cat I've ever seen. All right. What other interesting videos have I done recently? Well, I did a video called Growth Through Pain. Turning 21 next year, June, September birthday. Yep. See, I was pretty close, wasn't I? Having trouble spelling? Well, okay. You know, not everybody knows how to spell. That's fine. There's always spell checkers. Jokes. Why did the guy at the factory leave his job? It was so depressing. Yeah. But it was the factory where they went ahead and crunched cans. Otherwise, it's so depressing, it doesn't make any sense. Can you help with phone addiction? You mean like cell phone addiction? Yeah, with young people it's going on. I don't know. I guess removing the phone. Martini, thanks for your work. Douglas Bloch. Good night, peoples. Thank you. Martini was my favorite person in... No, he wasn't. He was kind of a villain in It's a Wonderful Life, but he was cool when at the beginning. Is it always sunny in Portland, Oregon, 12 months a year? What have you been smoking? Portland is like the second cloudiest city in the country. Portland and Seattle both. So no, it's rarely sunny, although the sun is out now. And it's got a lot better with global warming, a lot more warm days, a lot less rain. DT bids X20. Doug, in your experience for people who don't respond to medication, do you help them to heal in other ways? Well, funny you should mention that. I don't. Medication doesn't work for me, so I created this chart. Healing from depression, anxiety, self-care activities to improve your mood. And this says boost your psychological immune system. This is a chart, took me 20 years to make it. The categories here are, as you can see, physical self-care, mental emotional self-care, social support, spiritual connection, and lifestyle habits. There are 5 different categories with multiple things you can do under each of them. These are cognitive behavioral ways of helping to improve your mood. When medication doesn't work, if you send an email to me, or put your email right now, type it in, I will send you a free copy of that chart. Cooking freaks me out. I don't cook except microwave vegetables for almost 4 years. Cooking eggs and chicken now. Well, you're slowly, surely getting back in the groove here. It's a combination of things. I used Trintilex while doing TMS and therapy and spiritual growth. I can't point which was the cure, so I think it is the right combination. Yes. Always use the shotgun approach. You have to combine exercise, therapy, medication, everything you can think of, and somehow synergistically they all help. What do you put in your bedroom? You have less bedroom. When you put a bed in your bedroom, you have less bedroom. Less bedroom? You mean room for the bed? I don't know. I guess so. Pastor D is firing on all cylinders today. Motor mouth. I mean that in a good way. Well, I usually talk this much all the time. Have to keep things flowing. Julie Nelson, nice to hear from you. I'm from Sudan. Can speak to me? Yeah, we can all speak to you. That's what we're here for, to create a group of love. Oh, wow. So, both Calm Seas and Julie Nelson both want a copy of my chart. I'm going to take a screenshot, and I'd be more than happy to send it to you this afternoon. You'll find it really helpful, and I hope you share it with others if you do find it helpful. All right, what else do we have to say here from people? Signing off, thanks again, Pastor Doug. Keep on keeping on. Well, thank you, Peter. You come back anytime you want. Leave it in a yes, but I forgot how much trouble they are. It's just like 2 of them. They are almost ready, and I found an adopter for the troublemaker ready. They certainly don't replace my baby boy, but they help. Calm Seas, I like your name. Does your depression affect your concentration, Douglas? Absolutely. When I was severely depressed, I could hardly even read a comic book. But everything comes back. Isn't that funny? Everything you lose, you regain. I have a video called You Can Be Restored. I have been through 5 major depressive episodes. 4 of them got me hospitalized. And here is my motto. Remember how in the book of Job in the Old Testament, how Job had all these things, happen to him. He lost his house, his marriage, his health. Everything fell away. But when he recovered, he gained twice of what he had lost. So this is a metaphor. When people come out of the darkness and into the light, they often recover that even more. And my favorite image of this, of course, is the phoenix bird, right? Wonderful woman named Julie Hayes, who used to be on the live chat, made this for me. And still, from the ashes I rise. That's what coming out of a depressive episode is like, rising from the ashes. Oops, I've been feeling so good lately. I forgot to sit down and join the live stream. How are you feeling, Pastor Doug? I hope you're in less pain now. I am. And I'm glad you're feeling better. Lazy Eye Ranch, I've been thinking of interviewing people from this live chat on my Back to the Brink series about how they recovered. Would you be interested? If so, send me an email. Hey, Roller Girl. Wow, I think you're from Reno, Nevada, right? How's that for a memory? Julie Nelson, yes, I've already shared and hope to share more. I'm taking on some tasks I've ignored for so long because I felt so terrible. I gotta get a lozenge, you guys. Hold on for a second. You got a dry throat from talking so much. And my psychiatrist, they want you to go 5 days a week for 3 weeks. Hard to schedule for me. Yours was doable. Are you talking about TMS? I'm glad you're feeling better, Lazy Irens, that you're doing things. You're born in Hillsborough. Wow. Just down the street. How old are you? It used to be just a bunch of farmland. Now it's like totally built up. RSC 2020. It's nice to finally make it. Time for live chat again. You're like a touchstone that helps me make it through the week. Thank you for being so faithful and doing this week after week. Well, thank you. You're more than welcome. I always wanted to be a minister. A little too much light on my head. What do you think? Oh well. It can't be perfect. My videographer Jerry Gerard would be, horrified to see that my lighting is not exactly correct. But what can you do? All right. Lazy Ranch, I wish there was room here to tell you all about the latest Igor the Raven exploit. He brought me something so cool yesterday. Freaked me out, but I need more to explain. Well, why don't you go put it on your YouTube channel. Write an article about it. You're 56 years old, girl? Wow. Cool. Or were you born in 56? Or what was the question I even asked you? Probably, I don't know, you tell me. Antidepressants are so bad with lots of side effects. Do people take them for life? Some people do. Some people only take them temporarily, but some people, they do help. One man's meat is another man's poison. What can I tell you? Yeah. Shirley Kay has become friends with Beth Miller. Hey, Shirley, what's Beth up to? I missed her here. Lots of youth these days are not so driven. Why do you think that is? I don't know. Maybe they feel a sense of hopelessness. Houses are very expensive. Hey, Doug, I'm Leah from Indonesia, talking about depression. My source of depression is coming from my family. What should I do? Thank you for remembering, Douglas. Well, you're more than welcome. I always told my mother my memory was almost as good as hers. I take it you're still living in Reno right now. How's the weather? What should I do if my family's the reason for being depressed? Well, that's tough. Are you living with them? If you're not living with them, I know people whose parents trigger them. They just spend more time away and just limit their contact. That's the easiest thing. If you're living with them, it's more difficult. And you can talk to a good counselor or therapist and see about some coping techniques. All right. Shirley, ask if you could do 1 or 2 for more weeks, or see if there's an insurance clinic that does it. I actually got lucky enough that my insurance paid. And what, Lazy Eye and Leah, what are you guys talking about? Is it TMS or something else? Noma isn't so well, I see. Yeah, I know he had a relapse and he started talking about it. I'm going to send him a text, Tony. What do you think? I wish he would start embracing the 12 steps more. I have a good friend named Anne, was in one of my support groups, problem with alcohol, just like Noah, and she threw herself into A, going to meetings, having a sponsor, and actually working the steps. It's really helping her. I think Noah needs to get more involved with the program, which I'll tell him about. What do you think? Shirley Kay at Lita Benetti, I will ask my psychiatrist if we could try that on Medicare, and it will cover TMS. Okay, that's what you guys are talking about. Shara Pusan, hey, I'm youth. Hey, I'm old. What can I tell you? An old man, but youthful in spirit. Lazy Ranch, I've learned a hard lesson that some friends only like you when there's something in it for them. Hey, those are called fair weather friends. Have you heard of that? For 4 years, this guy was my friend. As long as I gave him free things when I need help, he's gone. Well, fair weather. But we are your friends for life. Bad boy God. Well, my mom stresses me out, but I always get sad when I'm not around. Not around your mom? Gabriella Fogg, what a great name. My partner has depression. I've seen a lot of your videos to understand him better. Any advice, important things to know as a partner of the depressed person? Well, guess what? I did a video on that. Tony Issue, Simon, hello Justine, I want to thank you for staying with Tony, supporting him, or Simon in this case. And we need the support of other people. We need our spouses, our friends, our family. So you're doing a good thing because he's a good guy. And if Joan were not here supporting me, I would have not made it to my last breakdown. So Justine, hello, thank you. You're doing a good thing. Now, Gabriella, I did a video, which I think is good, called When Someone You Love Is All right. So there's a good video you can watch. Again, my hip is hurting. I think I'm going to have to cut this at around 12:55. It is really, it is not good for me to be sitting. So, here I am standing. I look like I'm a big giant, don't I? Yeah, I drink coffee. It's one of my favorite things to do. As Iran says, I quit alcohol over 2 years ago and quit marijuana 2 months ago. That seemed to anger this friend. He thinks I'm being a goody-goody. Two shoes? I like that. I've never seen it. Nope, it's called self-care. Bye-bye, fake friend. Good work at Lazy Eye Ranch. You're getting rid of dead weight. Calm seas. I'm from Liverpool, but lived in Asia for 15 years. I had to come home 14 months ago because of COVID. Interesting. Huh. Well, welcome home. Can you give me the link? Are you talking when someone you love is depressed? Just go to all you have to do is go to my YouTube site, my homepage, and type that in. It'll show right up. And Dutch, were you talking about the partner? Yeah. So all I can tell you, the link is really, really long and complicated. So if you go to my YouTube website, and here I'll post a link to my YouTube homepage, and then you can search for that video. Oh, you miss your wife and children? So your wife and children are in, I take it, Indonesia, did you say? Yeah. That's tough when you separate from family. Kieran Devaney, yes, thank you. I thank you for the best wishes. Okay, so here it is. I go over to my YouTube channel, which is here. I copy. And there you have it. And then we come back here. So here's the link to my YouTube channel right there. All right. And maybe I'll find, hey, looks like you might be from Israel. That looks like the Hebrew alphabet. How to get back to being motivated, willing, and constantly back to being mentally healthy. Follow all the things we talk about in this channel. Get into therapy, exercise, reach out for support, all these wonderful things. Hey, Beach Mom. Yeah, she's one of our major supporters here. Maurice, I'm 15, been diagnosed with severe depression. Your videos have given me lots of hope. Thanks for everything you do. You're more than welcome, Maurice. Guess what? It's going to get better. I was depressed when I was 18. It's good you're catching it now. Oh, there, Beach Mom, you never received a notification. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for your loyalty, and I know you send your condolences to us for the loss of Bruce. Okay, now I'm going to do something else. I'm going to go back on my channel, right? And I'm going to type in right here, when someone you love is depressed. I can only spell depressed right. Okay, and here it is. Ah, God, this was taken a long time ago. God, I was so much younger. Okay, now what do we do? I guess we go here and we open it in a new tab. And then we wait for it.
The people of Afghanistan need...
Okay, and then we copy the link. And then we come back to the live chat. Okay, here is the link. To my video on helping a depressed partner. There you have it, right there. Your wish is my command. So, Dutch, I gave you my YouTube channel and I actually gave you the link to the video, so I hope you go watch it. Lazy Ranch, I feel excited about life now. I think something wonderful is about to happen because it already has. My son is doing well on medication. I'm full of hope. More good stuff is coming. Wow. So, Lazy Ranch, what do you think turned it around? Probably a number of things. Maybe you could let us know. I definitely want to interview you, Suzanne. Are you open to being interviewed? You are a real you're a real good example of someone who had really bad things happen and hung in there. I guess you are a survivor. Oh, I think you're young. Well, you're 84, I'm 72. It's all relative, isn't it? All right, beach moms have been on the beach. Yes, yes, yes. Coffee, I'm late. Oh, Disney in space. Well, hey, what was the joke you gave? Oh, that's right. Oh my good, I remember it. My wife told me that I should start doing lunges for my fitness. That was a big step forward. I've been trying to remember that all hour, and you came on and you were the one who gave it to me, right? My wife told me that lunges were a good thing. It's a big step forward. Thank you so much. All right, one more. I'm leaving in 3 minutes, guys. I got to give ice my hip, or I won't be here next week. I used to live in New Smyrna, Florida, wherever that, New Smyrna Beach, East Coast or West Coast. My parents retired to the East Coast, so I went to Florida for like 28 years. All right. Well, we could use one. I think we've only had 3 donations. How about one more before I leave for the afternoon? And yeah, it's great that you're all here. It's great that you're all feeling better. You know, one thing we realize, of course, is that depression is a treatable condition. People can get better. People do get better. It's not forever. I know that your mind tells you you're never going to get better, but look at Anthony Olson, look at Lazy Ranch, look at other people here who have been through recovery. Just like recovering from alcoholism or addiction, people do recover from depression. The vast majority do. So, any final questions before I take off? Once I sign off, you guys can keep chatting amongst each other for at least 10 minutes. And I don't know where Padar Shields is, but I do know that there is an email list that he keeps and a, what do you call it, WhatsApp list. If you guys want to stay in touch in between the Sunday sessions, you can email each other. Tejas Monica, $100. Oh, I mean rupees. Sorry about that. Hey, the thought counts. Anyway, nice. Thank you for your donation. No live next week? What is? No, that's not true. It's the last week of the month. So today's the 19th. Well, you're right. Very good. It is the last week of the month next week. Well, I might come anyway. But yes, if I don't come, that's my week off, the 26th. Wow. Thank you, Shayna BBB. Love you. Yes, it is my week off next week. Very good. But you know, I need some. I'll be honest, I need some more views, so I might show up anyway. Besides, I want to give you an update on Bruce. So I'm not quite sure. Tune in. If you don't get the notification at 12, I did take my week off. If I do, if I don't take it off, you'll be notified. But yes, you're right. The last week of the month is my week off. I'd love to be interviewed. I'd be honored. Well, we need to basically find out how to do that using Zoom. I take it you use Zoom. And Beach Mom, if you're trying to send money, we need to set your password. Well, are you using PayPal or are you just using live chat or super chat? You're a great missionary, Douglas. Great job. Always wanted to go on a mission. See you next time. Hit the like button. Thank you, Beach Mom. Really appreciate it. So I'll let you know about next week. I'm probably, well, I don't know. It is my week off, and I may come and I may not. It all depends on if I have any news to report about the Bruce Memorial Service. But yes, if I'm not here, you know why. Roller Girl, bye-bye to you. I never knew what 56 meant. Does that mean you're 56 years old or you were born in 1956? In which case you would be 64. So I hope 56 is your age. What is the best way to send money, Beach Mom? Well, you can do it here on Super Chat, or you can send it to me via PayPal. You just have to go to paypal.com. You have to set up an account, which is really simple. And then my PayPal address is my email address. Try it again. O-U-G, try it again. LASBLOCH@gmail.com. And there you have it. Yes, keep moving. That's what I do right now. You're born in 65. Okay. I thought you said 56. Well, that means you are 56. Well, good for you. Many years ahead. What's your IQ score, Douglas? Well, 100 is average. I think it was 101 because my father said I was an average guy, but I've worked really hard. I think it's up to 103. No, that's not right, but let's just say, it's weird. I mean, IQ doesn't really mean anything. It just means what you got on an IQ test, but let's say it's on the upper end of the curve. How's that? So, besides, one's IQ is nowhere near as important as one's heart anyway. You remember what Antoine de Saint-Exupéry said, it's only with the heart that one can see rightly what is essential is invisible to the eye. Yes, Leah, I'll let you know that, tell Joan you're sending prayers to her. She'd really appreciate it. She's still really struggling, but it's only been like 8 days, so. All right. Lazy Orange in 1961. God, you young whippersnappers, I can't believe it. I got Corona here to isolate until next Sunday on my own. Well, hopefully we'll see you next Sunday. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. You think your IQ number is negative. Very funny. All right, your second childhood. Hey, never too late to have a happy childhood. So keep talking with each other for the next 10 minutes. I'll see you next week. And please go look at my recent videos, Growth Through Pain. What happens to us sometimes is meant to get us more compassionate. Another one I did was an affirmations that helped me get through a depressive episode, quite personal, and one called, if you find yourself in hell, learn to tread fire, right? David Foster Wallace said, depression is like being in a burning building. You can either jump out and die or you can stay in and burn to death. Yeah, but he forgot the third option. You can find a third way out. That's what I did. That's what Lazy Eye Ranch did. That's what all you folks have done. And so remember, there is always a way out. There is always a way through, and there is always hope. I guess see you next week. Maybe. Oh, what I meant to say is maybe see you next week. Next week's my week off, but I might show up anyway.